Well, it is an amazing day here in Georgia, and I wanted to just congratulate you for being on the journey in your best day ever. This is probably 20 days, maybe 3 weeks into your first month of your best year ever. And we've promised to give you some tools, some tips, some tactics, lots of things that started with T's. And I thought I would give you one simple piece to a puzzle that's going to take 12 months for us to get the whole thing together so we can celebrate in December. But I want to make sure we stay on this journey together. I want to give you something to cling to, something that's easy, something to start the year out right so that you can do it. You don't have to dream and want to do it. You really can do it. And I'm going to encourage you to use the framework of what the Juice Plus company calls the core four. It's very simple, very doable, but there are four hooks that you can easily hang your hat on to stay focused, to inspire others to stay focused. Maybe you're on this journey and you want to go out and grab 3 or 4 other people to join you to also have their best year ever. So let me unpack the core four for you. And I could do a training on each of these and just how important they are. And there's no order. But let me jump in and let's go to hydration first. Drink more water. I'll tell you what, let me list our four first and then we'll break them down. So drink more water, hydrate, drink more water. You want to exercise. And I've heard different things, but I've heard the goal to encourage you to get 30 minutes in 5 days a week sounds reasonable, but we can define that some more in a minute. Just move, get out, do something. Don't just sit. They say sitting may be the new cancer or whatever. So sitting may be the new smoking that causes all kind of problems. The third would be rest or sleep. So you got to move, but then you got to be still and rest too. So you need to rest. And the last thing would be a plant-based or a whole food diet, eating quality foods, not just eating foods. So let's dive into those four. Let's unpack those four so that as you're in your first of 12 months to create your best year ever. Remember that target, that tomorrow you want to achieve. I think these four things can really help you. I think they're great goals for business for us and in the Juice Plus business. They're four really good targets to be healthier, to be wiser, to be smarter. They're also things that are going to help you perform at your highest level in the other roles in your life, because we wanted this to holistically be your best year ever. So to help you be the best spouse, the best parent, the best brother or sister, the best partner or friend or colleague, or whatever the situation might be, the role you play. How do you be the best? So let's unpack them in the order I mentioned them, okay? Let's talk about hydration or drinking more water. We're like 70-something% water, our bodies are. I should know the exact percentage. I think it's 78%, but I know it's 70-something% water. And we need to replenish that. We need to stay hydrated. There are all kinds of health benefits from staying hydrated. And, a lot of us drink a lot of liquids, but we need to drink enough water. And I'd always heard all my life that you're supposed to drink half your body weight in ounces. How do you get there? Well, somebody I thought was really smart, and they said, just start out and have a goal for, if you're not a good water drinker, drink 64 ounces a day. Grab you a 32-ounce tumbler, and that's one of the things that I do. I have this 32-ounce Yeti cup, and I drink one of those before I get my first cup of coffee. So I get my 32 ounces in, and I need to drink about 100 ounces to be half my body weight in water. So I need to drink more than 64. But that's how I started being more consistent, drinking more water, and that was grabbing that big 32-ounce cup before I had my first cup of coffee. So I don't know what you're going to do. I don't know how you're going to do it. Some of you may be great water drinkers. You may be great hydrators. Pass that on. Share it with somebody else. What a great way to have a conversation about somebody being healthier and making that one simple change of adding Juice Plus to their life. Okay, hydration, drink more water. Number 2 is exercise. You know, it really doesn't matter what type of exercise you do. When I was in my 20s and 30s, I was like this fanatic runner. I would get 30 miles a weekend. I still like to run now, but my knees and my back and hips don't like the pavement as much as they used to. I was on a 21-mile run one time and fractured a bone in my foot, so I don't run quite as much as I used to. I do run. I have a treadmill in my office, actually. But I play pickleball. I love to golf. It's great to walk. I love to go on power walks. I work out at our gym, at our club. I actually have a trainer I work out with 2 days a week. But it doesn't matter. Whatever you'll do, ride a bike. Walk your dog. Figure out what it is. Get 30 minutes of movement in 5 days a week. Rest. This is one I could preach on. There's actually a training on my website. And maybe Trey or somebody can post that somewhere near this video. But it's the whole principle of rest versus work. I've read books on this. I've studied this. I've studied Sabbath. I've studied sleep. I think it's a crisis in our world. God gave us and put in our bodies serotonin to come out with the sun and wake us up, and melatonin to be secreted in our bodies at night when we unwind and the darkness comes. But you know what? I forgot at what point in time in the past 100 or so years it was, but we invented light bulbs. We created a nocturnal world that maybe was never designed to exist. And so we rev our motors back up at night. We falsely recreate serotonin. It's crazy. So what do? Do you take drugs or pills or drink or whatever just to make yourself sleep? No, there's a good way to handle this, guys. And it's your decision that rest is important. Our culture, our world rests out of exhaustion. We burn the candle at both ends, run wide open because we procrastinated and we got to do it last minute most of the time. That's what our culture does. So we rest or sleep or get recharged our batteries because we collapse. It's out of necessity. What if, in order to have your best year ever, you decided that rest was important so that you could function at your highest level? Think about that. What if you decided to rest proactively, intentionally, maybe even schedule it on your calendar? Go to bed an hour earlier. Get up and seize the day. Take a nap if you need to. When I have late West Coast or conference calls in other countries, I'm not a night owl. You know what I do? Take a nap. Because rest is important. Last but not least, a whole food diet, a plant-based diet. Gosh, there's so much about getting more of our food from plants. Plants have so much to offer, but we don't get enough. And that's one of the things that Juice Plus can help. Juice Plus can bridge the gap between what you should eat and what you actually do eat. Over 30 fruits, veggies, and berries in our trio, plus our omegas. Our smoothies can bridge the gap between, empty calories and healthy calories for a breakfast, getting rid of all the sugars and stuff. But make a commitment to eat clean, read labels, do some things so that you can put better fuel in your body. I know these are just concepts and guidelines, but I think this will help you live your best year ever. Let's put the 4, excuse me, I had sneezed. I was trying to wait till I finished. Let's put the 4 core into practice and make that a tool or a tip or a tactic that you use, that you share, is one of the pieces to having your best year ever. Let's finish this month and make it absolutely amazing. God bless. It's going to be an amazing year. So glad we're doing this together.